Now, my brothers and sisters, we're in James chapter 1, verse 9. King James Version, quote, "Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted," unquote. When we look at this verse, parsing it from the Greek, the only one that needs to be explained a little bit is the word rejoice. When you parse that word from the Greek, it means that it is a present, so you're to do it now. It means that it is in the middle of passive, and that means that you are to do this as an active. So it's, even though it says middle or passive, it's an active thing to do. So you to do it now, and it is imperative, so it's a command. Do it now, rejoice. So this is a command that's given to us from James, first book in the Bible, in the New Testament that is written, and this is for us to rejoice. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Looking at what John Gill has to say on this, quote, "Let the brother of low degree," unquote. By, quote, "the brother," unquote, is meant not one in a natural but a spiritual relation, one of Christian brethren who is of that family that is named of him, of the household of faith, and is in church communion. And whereas he is said to be of, quote, low degree, unquote, or, quote, humble, unquote, this regards not the affection of the mind or his conduct and deportment, he being meek and lowly and clothed with humility, as every brother is or ought to be, but his outward state and condition being as to the things of this world, poor and mean in his outward circumstances, and so humbled and afflicted. This appears from the rich man, who in Psalms chapter 62 verse 9, such a one is advised too. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity, unquote. Continuing, quote, "Rejoice in that he is exalted," unquote, or to, quote, "glory in his exaltation," unquote, in that high estate in which he is advanced. For a person may be very low and mean as to his worldly circumstances, and yet be very high and greatly exalted in a spiritual sense. And this height of honor and grandeur, of which he may boast and glory amidst his outward poverty, lies in his high birth and descent, being born from above and of God, and belonging to his family, in being an adopted son of God, and so an heir of God, and a joint heir with Christ, and of the heavenly inheritance and kingdom. In the present riches of grace he is possessed of, as justifying, pardoning, and sanctifying grace. And in the high titles he bears, as besides the new name, the name better than that of sons and daughters of the great proponent, even that of the Son of the Lord God Almighty, his being a king and a priest unto God, and for whom a kingdom, crown, and throne are prepared. And also in the company he daily keeps, and is admitted to, as of God, and Christ, and the holy angels, and this height of honor have all the saints, be they very so poor in this world, who can vie with the greatest of princes for the sublimity and grandeur. That is the end of James chapter 1, verse 9, Discovering the Scriptures.